Hey guys, Bigvinkarma here, and in today's video I want to talk about a whole bunch of different things. I will try to make this as quickly and as relevant as possible, so let's just jump right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is Blizzard's rapid decline of personal interaction with players and how everything is on this new automated system, including the new silence system, which I have personally experienced it firsthand. I'd like to talk about my recent experience with Blizzard customer service, which I don't think it was very successful at all. And I would primarily like to talk about the violation restrictions and punishments as of July 19th, 2016 with the Legion pre-expansion patch 7.0.3. Now recently I made a new character and named him Turbo Negro, as you see from my shirt. Turbo Negro being a band from Norway. So they are a really awesome European band. If you've never heard of them, go check them out. You won't be disappointed. They are awesome. So anyways, I made this new character and I named him Turbo Negro, which in itself I don't find offensive at all. And over the period of 2 days leveling him up, I was reported about 5 or 6 times for, I guess, people finding the name offensive. So each time I was booted offline, and then upon logging in I had to rename my character, but as I didn't want to rename him anything else, I named him Turbo Negro every time. And after about 5 or 6 times of this happening, there weren't any actual penalties on my account. I was just getting booted off, and every time I logged back in and tried to click on him, it said rename your character. So keep in mind there were no emails or anything like that from Blizzard until about the 5th or 6th incident where I got booted offline, and it turns out I had gotten a 24-hour suspension, so a silence on my account for my character's name containing racial, ethnic, or national hatred speech or connotation, which I find to be absolutely ludicrous. So I opened up a ticket with Blizzard, and I told them, hey, look, I've been a valued customer for a very, very long time, since the beginning of the game, and all of my characters are band names, Turbo Negro being of no exception. Whenever I made the name, I based it off of a band and not based it off of hate speech or anything else that's racist or national or anything of that nature. So it's not. So therefore, I shouldn't even have gotten a suspension in the first place. And then I had an automated system response to me that said, after review, we're not doing anything to your account because we found that your name violates our terms of service. So I thought, okay, well, I'll reply to the ticket and I'll ask, hey, well, if I was to change the name, which I was not wanting to do and not happy about, if I was to change the name, would you then lift the restriction? I got pretty much a word-for-word response of the exact same thing that said no. And normally that wouldn't have really pissed me off, but what really upset me and really kind of sent me off edge was the fact that it was literally word for word. Which there was no formality there. There was no personal interaction there. Now, for obvious reasons, I understand that Blizzard can't respond to literally every single ticket that's opened. However, it does take away from the aspect of formality that you are a valued customer and that your opinion and your ticket and the time that you take to open a ticket and respond about something, it kind of takes away from that personalization. And so I opened up a live chat window and voiced my concerns to an agent that was there. And this is what she said. She said, I'm a specialist here at Blizzard Entertainment, and your account has been brought to my attention. I have reviewed everything, and even though I did not get to chat with you in web chat, I do have an answer for you. The suspension for 24 hours will not be overturned, removed, or lessened. While it may be the name of a band, the word is held as inappropriate, and as such is against our terms of use, which all players must agree to before logging into the game. So that pretty much says that, hey, look, No, it violates the terms of service. So enough people found my name so offensive to where I got X amount of people that reported me, to where it then put me into a system where it basically silenced me, to where a certain amount of people found my name offensive, reported me, and then I got a punishment without any investigation or anything else like that. So the reason why this is relevant is because here recently, fellow YouTuber and World of Warcraft player Asmongold tested this. He got in a party of a good amount of people, had all those people, or the majority of them, report him for saying, "I love World of Warcraft." Now, that phrase, "I love World of Warcraft," is not offensive at all. But he wanted to test it and see if the automatic silence system is based off of how many reports you get for somebody saying that what you said is offensive, regardless of if it's offensive or not. Just based on how many people report you, will you get a penalty? And that answer is yes. Regardless of whatever it is that you said, or in my case, whatever your name is, you get reported if a certain amount of people report you, regardless of if what you said or your name is offensive or not offensive. If you have enough players report you, you are penalized for it. That is retarded. I understand their meaning behind it, and their reasoning for introducing this into the game is a positive reason, I understand, but it's just not very well implemented. There's way too many. It's placing individuals that have the same offense basically in different categories and giving them different punishments. Giving them the same punishments rather than actually doing an investigation, which, by the way, on Blizzard's page where they talk about this new silence system, they actually say upon investigation or upon review that a game master will deem, they'll look into it. And in Asmongold's case, they did not. In my case, I'm not sure if they did or not, but they suspended my account for 24 hours anyways, which I personally find to be unacceptable. Because again, my name is nothing racist, or it's not a racial, ethnic, or national slur in any way. If you really want to get technical, the word negro in both Spanish and even going into many South American countries, that especially the ones that speak Portuguese, are the word for black is negro. That's the color. That's not a racial slur. It's not. It's nothing to do with racist or a racist remark or ethnic or national connotation. It's nothing like that. It's a band name. And going back to what I said earlier, if enough people find it offensive, regardless of what it is, you'll get a restriction on your account. That's just not fair. And I don't really know what to say other than it's not fair, and it's retarded, and it's not good enough is primarily the biggest thing. Now, I did a little bit of research on this and found that in both the in-game and forum violations article, which is Article 7390 if you want to look it up, and in the World of Warcraft naming policy, which is Article 100, 5500. In both of those, they have a serious violations tab that is down at the very bottom, where it says serious violations, serious violations, racial, ethnic, or national, would be promoting racial, ethnic, or national hatred, using a racial, ethnic, or national slur, or alluding to symbols of racial, ethnic, or national hatred. And it says the same thing in both the in-game and forums violation and the World of Warcraft naming policy. However, my name is not racial slur. The name Turbo Negro is not racial slur for anything. It's not racial, ethnic, or national connotation for anything. Therefore, it shouldn't apply to anything because it's not offensive. But then again, it goes back to the whole silence treatment, where if enough people report you, then you get penalized for it. Again, I know Blizzard means well with that addition, but it's not good enough. Blizzard, you got to do more. It's not fair to the players, especially the dedicated players such as myself, who spend $15 a month for the last 10 years or longer. It's not fair. So you need to step it up, and you need to be doing something else about it, because in my case, the word Turbo Negro is it's not offensive at all. And just because a certain amount of people report it to be offensive, does that make it then offensive? I suppose yes. Maybe it's a rhetorical question. I don't know. But anyways, that's all I have for this video. A whole lot of topics I wanted to talk about. So anyways, if you guys agree with me that Blizzard really needs to change this, please write down in the comment section below what you think that they should do. Maybe they will hear this video out as along with all the other videos talking about this subject. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel for other WoW content. I will do my best to keep everything up to date and as relevant as possible. And I really hope Blizzard can get this stuff taken care of, because it's not only frustrating to a very maximum degree, but it makes some of us WoW players who've been playing a long time look and go, wow, okay, this is retarded, to the point to where we really don't even want to play anymore. So Blizzard, please change that. Anyway, guys, that's all that I have. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope everybody has a great evening.